Let me be honest. This book got to me because it asks the kind of question women feel in their spirits long before they say them out loud. What is the point of being desired if you're not deeply chosen? What is the point of being chosen if there's no faithfulness? What is the point of love if it comes with confusion, betrayal, and emotional hunger? That's why I stayed with this book. Because it puts language to something so many women live through quietly. Being wanted, but not protected. Being kept close, but not kept safe. Being loved loudly, but betrayed in silence. And that is a different kind of pain. The crowded bed and the empty throne is not just about relationships. It's about what happens when a woman starts realizing that attention is not devotion. Desire is not loyalty. And proximity is not peace.
Guys, it's okay to laugh. It's okay. It's really okay to laugh. As per, when she was flaunting the wealth. When she was flaunting the wealth, were we enjoying it with her? It's okay. But nobody ever flaunts their sadness. No one ever does that. You know why? Because of this very reason. Mockery. As long as you're not in my shoes, you will never understand. What were you guys expecting me to show off? That I was being beaten? That I was sad? No. And yes, actually, I think I'll break this phone. Because
If you've ever asked yourself whether you were truly chosen or just conveniently wanted, you would want to read this book with me.
What happens when a fairy tale was never a fairy tale to begin with? When love is loud in public, but silence in truth. This is the story of a young lady, a powerful man, and a relationship that looked like a dream until the script changed. It felt like a movie when Regina Daniels, one of Nollywood's brightest young stars, got married. The internet froze, but not because she got married, it was who she married, Ned Nwoko. A billionaire, a senator, a man decades old and already married multiple times. Nigeria watched in disbelief. Some called it love, others called it strategy, many called it something else. But what nobody could deny was this: it was loud. Private jets, luxury, lifestyle, royal treatment. It looked like a modern day fairy tale. But every fairy tale has a hidden chapter. At first, Regina Daniels seems like the chosen one. She was everywhere, beside him, celebrated online, living a life many could only imagine. But here's the thing about visibility. it doesn't always equal value. Behind the glamour, a different reality was forming. A system, a structure, a polygamous environment where attention is divided, presence is shared, loyalty is complicated. And in that system, Regina had a role, not just as a wife, but as a symbol. Youth, beauty, relevance, a trophy in a high-powered narrative. Now let's analyze something deeper. Regina spoke about wanting faithfulness, emotional connection, security. But here's the contradiction. You are asking for exclusivity in a system designed for multiplicity. This is where the emotional conflict begins, because love in that environment is not just built to be singular. From the outside, everything looked perfect. We saw smiles, vacations, gifts, celebrations. But social media is a stage, and every stage has backstage silence. Regina described it best: looking calm while emotionally carrying nonsense. That line alone tells you the performance was intentional. One of the most powerful ideas she raised was this: desired but not chosen. You can be admired, shown off, celebrated, and still not be prioritized, because being chosen is not about attention, it's about consistency. Now here's where the analysis get uncomfortable. Wanting faithfulness from a man with multiple wives, he must be dreaming. It's not just unrealistic, it's a mismatch of expectation. This is not judgment, this is structure versus desire, because the system was never designed to meet that need. So the question becomes, was this love or was it an experiment? Every role has a limit and every performance eventually cracks. Regina described the moment where the character she was playing began to break. The silence, the content, the understanding vibe, because reality kept interrupting the script. Her words: a man who wants full access with half intention. This is one of the deepest lines in the entire story, because it reveals imbalance. Access without commitment, presence without depth, love without structure. And that kind of dynamic creates emotional hunger. So why stay? Why remain in a situation that doesn't fully satisfy? There are layers to this. Youth and naivety, influence from people around, the appeal of lifestyle, the belief that things can change, and sometimes hope becomes the strongest trap. Here's the hard truth: when you enter a system, you don't just change it, it changes you. Regina said, being kept close but not kept safe. That's the reality of being valued for a purpose, because once you try to step outside your role, the system resists. This might be the most accurate description of the relationship: loved loudly, betrayed silently, public affection, private confusion. And over time, the gap between those two realities becomes unbearable. And at some point, you stop acting and you start seeing. Regina realized access to luxury is not access to love. Visibility is not security. Attention is not commitment. And that realization changed everything. Now we arrived at the present. Regina is no longer just part of the story. She is telling it through her book, through her voice, through her narrative. And let's be honest, she understands the game. As someone in a show business, she knows attention is currency. So she is doing what many in her position would do: taking control of the narratives. Now comes the real question: is Regina a victim of the system or a participant who later realized the cost? Because both things can be true. She may have entered willingly, but that doesn't mean she understood the full consequences. This story is bigger than just Regina. It reflects modern relationships, social media illusions, power dynamics, emotional expectations, and most importantly, the gap between what people want and what their situations actually offers. The movie now has a title: The Crowded Bed and the Empty Throne. A relationship filled with presence but lacked fulfillment. A story that started like a fairy tale and ended like a lesson. So ask yourself, was she a victim of the system or a player who finally decided to flip the board? What do you think? Was this love, strategy, or miscalculation? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.